there's a drain here. It'll be important in a few moments, but right now we just check the street. Rue de Bretagne. And here is a hotel we need to get into. Here's the office. Here's a room at the back. So let's check out the office.
Bonjour. Welcome to the Hotel Comin.
Sure is a lot of Jesus in
How long will you
here.
be staying with us?
I'm not really sure. I think my friend booked a room for me.
Oui, I can check. What is your name?
Ben Jordan.
Ah oui, your room is at the end of the hallway. Enjoy your stay with us, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thanks, but I think the questions will have to wait for tomorrow. This has been the longest day ever. I'm going to bed.
Très bien. Good night, Monsieur Jourdain.
So off to bed we go. Oh boy, time for a vision.
Listen, Luca. What's that noise?
That's the sound of a bomber squadron. So time for pathos. Yup.
Don't worry. That was on the other side of the mountain. We'll be safe here.
Nope. So that was an interesting vision. Little girl and a cat getting bombed. I have no idea what it means. But we do have our dresser here at the French hotel. Let's see what's inside it. There's a single hanger which we take. We can use this hanger to... yeah. Now we have a long wire with a hook at the end. Not sure if that's even possible with some hangers, but... surely the our next mission will be clear. Once we visit the office again.
Bonjour, monsieur. How can I help you?
Let's just shrug that dream off. Yeah, there sure is a lot of Jesus in here. The Virgin Mary doesn't seem to like the sight of her son getting hanged on the cross. But I don't think many people would. Some candles for saints. Rules written in French, so let's see what this woman has to say to us.
Could I ask you a few questions?
But of course.
Oh yeah, everyone in this hotel is vaguely related to a crime syndicate and I don't know. They all have some horrible secrets that they're trying to hide. Totally.
So what's it like running a hostel?
Hotel, monsieur. This is a hotel. There are no hostels in Paris.
Not to be rude, but this really does look like a hostel to me.
Yes, but we must pay a tax. And this tax allows us to be called a hotel. All hotels in Paris must pay this tax.
That seems kind of unfair.
Oui, perhaps. But I am happy enough still being in business.
What can you tell me about Paris?
I have lived here all my life. I can suggest several places for you to visit if you wish.
That's okay. I'm not really here to sightsee.
Well, if you change your mind, you let me know.
So not much to be learned from her, apparently.
What can you tell me about yourself?
What is it you would like to know?
I don't know. What do you do besides run this place?
Well, when I'm not running the hotel, I go to church.
Really? I never would have guessed.
Yep, never.
You seem to take your religion very seriously.
Oui, my parents raised me to be a good Catholic. I
Oh
love
dear.
Paris because we have so many beautiful churches, all with rich histories. I have studied them all and know much about them.
So this conversation is apparently leading somewhere.
Would you happen to know anything about relics?
Relics?
Yeah, you know, holy objects.
Oui, I know of them.
Are there any major ones around here you can think of?
There are several in France. But in Paris? Ah oui, they say that there is one in Sacré-Cœur.
The church in Montmartre?
Oui, it is named for the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Some say that the relic is found in the church somewhere. This is how it got its name.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for your help.
My pleasure.
So we have our next destination now, I suppose. It's nice to see a woman wearing a turban who isn't in her 80s. And I think we can actually,
Monsieur, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I thought you had a bug on your blouse.
yeah. Subtle, Ben. Real subtle there. So that was an interesting tidbit, I'm sure. Now we have a destination, and I suppose we'll be exploring there now. But first, remember this drain. It's kind of important, because if we use our hook in it, we find a key on the other end when we pull it back up. So now we have this key with the head of a dog on the end. That'll come into play much later, but it's good that we have it. So let's get out of here and back into the map. And go to the church. Here's a priest. Oh dear. Stairs leading down to the crypt, big mosaic. And an altar, and some pews. So let's see if the priest has any interesting
May I
information.
ask you a few questions?
Naturally.
Yeah, this guy doesn't look suspicious at all.
What can you tell me about Sacré-Cœur?
That is a broad question, monsieur. I can certainly tell you about the history of the church if this is what you wish to know.
Well, actually,
Well, we can ask about the relics.
what interests me is if the church houses any relics.
Relic? Oui, there is one relic in the crypt downstairs. Some say it is the very sacred heart of Jesus, for which this basilica was named.
The Sacred Heart, you say?
Tell me more about the Sacred Heart relic.
It is simply the heart of Jesus, representative of his divine love.
And it's here in the church?
As I said, there are those who believe the relic in the crypt is part of the Sacred Heart. However, there are others who believe that the relic is false and that the real Sacred Heart is hidden deeper in the crypt.
Interesting
Okay.
to know.
That is interesting. So have you heard of the Knights of St. Anthony?
Has anyone been in here today or in the past few days wearing a dark suit?
Not that I can recall.
It's possible they may have been interested in a detailed search of the basilica.
We have many visitors to the church, young man. However, I cannot remember anyone specifically asking to search the premises.
Have you heard of the Cardinal?
Have you seen an older guy in here? A cardinal?
A cardinal in this church? No, monsieur. I have not seen a cardinal here for some time.
Thanks for your help.
You are welcome.
So that sure was useful. So I suppose down into the crypt we go. Search for the relic. Hello? Oh yeah. Well, this looks like an interesting place. There's a statue with Jesus, I suppose. The chest appears to be a separate piece. Statue of a member of the clergy. It says Cardinal Ahmet. This is Saint Denis, and this is Cardinal Joubert. And there's also bricks on the wall with Latin text. Audi sacerdos duo mendaces gesta non verba. Gloria in excelsis Deo de fideli ab eterno. Not entirely certain what any of this means, but maybe these recesses down here can help us do something? No clues as to its purpose. Well, Well, what we do here is notice the initials of each phrase. ADG. We have a GDA here, AGD, and DAG. So what does ADG mean? Well, we have this guy's name, Ahmet. This guy's called Saint-Denis, and this is Joubert. So our first clue is ADG. So let's see how that works. There are some plates at the base of the statues that we can press. Ahmet, Denis, and the other guy. Joubert. That's opened up a hole. Is there anything in the hole? We found a few ceramic tiles apparently. So let's do the other ones. Next we got GDA. AGD, I think we'll do this one next. So this is sure an exciting puzzle. Going around pressing the plates at the base of the statues. So let's do the other one right off the bat. I think it was GDA. That opened up that one, and the one at the bottom is DAG. So let's do that now. AG. Now all the holes are open. We can check out the contents. Found ceramic tiles, a pair of tiles. We got all the tiles now. So let's use these tiles on the recess on the floor to unsolve this puzzle here. Yep. I wonder what it could be about, said no one. This sure looks like a pretty good subject matter for a tattoo, but it is the Sacre-Cœur, the heart of Jesus. Jesus' flaming heart, and there is the actual relic, the Sacred Heart. So how do we get it? Don't think we can get it from down here. So we use our hanger hook to... Oh boy. Didn't realize it was that long, but...
So I've got the final relic.
Yep, we got the final
Now I
relic.
just need to figure out what to do with it.
How do we keep it safe? Oh, here comes a priest.
What is going on down here?
I found the Sacred Heart, Father.
You are sure it's the relic?
Pretty sure. I mean, it was pretty well hidden.
May I see it?
Sure. Actually, I think maybe you should hold on to it. But just
Yep.
to warn you, I have reason to believe someone might try and take it tonight.
Great idea, Ben.
Do not worry, my child. I will make sure the sacred relic remains where it belongs. Now, if you will please excuse me.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Welcome
Appreciate
back,
you to keep
default.
it safe.
So now that we've given the heart away to this guy, let's go back upstairs and bask in our success, I guess. Oh wait, it's a different guy.
Monsieur, what are you doing in here?
I was just down visiting the crypt.
Impossible. The church is closed to the public today.
Closed, but I walked in here with no problem earlier. The other priest will tell you.
What as a priest? I am the only priest here today.
The other one who was here. I gave him...
Here it comes.
Damn it.
Oh
Monsieur,
yeah.
Have some respect. You are in the house of the Lord.
I can't believe I fell for that.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, I'm an idiot. I'll be leaving now.
So now that Ben has used the Lord's name in vain in one of the biggest churches in the world, let's go back to the hotel. That was quite a scene. Now what the fuck do we do to get back our prize? Oh hey, there's a note on our door. So let's see what that's about. Père Lachaise Cemetery. So we've been summoned to the cemetery by some mysterious figure. Let's go ahead and go there now. Cimetière du Père Lachaise. Yep, here we are. The hope is full of immortality. He that believes in me, though he were dead, blah blah blah. And there's a shady guy standing next to the gate. Let's see what he has to say.
Could I ask you a few questions?
I suppose so.
What about yourself?
What are you doing out here in front of the cemetery gates?
My job?
Oh, are you a watchman or something?
No. I sell the maps of the cemetery to tourists.
Oh, I see.
Maps, huh?
How much is it for one of your maps?
It is 20 euros.
What? For a map of the cemetery?
This is no ordinary map, monsieur. It is printed on cloth and has been signed by all of the dead people in the cemetery.
I see.
That's, handy information to know.
So this is an old map.
What can you tell me about Père Lachaise?
It is full of the dead people. It is also one of Paris' most popular tourist destinations. Although, if you ask me, I do not see why you would want to go to the cemetery on your holiday. We are going to end up there eventually. Why bother wasting time in one while you're alive? Still, the public interest keeps me employed, so I should not complain.
And yet you do. So we can keep asking him for information on the cemetery.
Could you tell me more about the cemetery?
I could, but then I wouldn't make any money. And I'm not in the habit of giving out free information I can charge for. If you're interested in getting around in the cemetery, you can buy a map from me just like everyone else.
And about the city.
What do you know about Paris?
It gets very cold this time of year. Business tends to slow down because nobody wants to visit when it's freezing outside. I much prefer the spring and summer.
Anything you can tell me that's not related to your sales?
Not really. I don't get out much.
Thanks for your help.
You're quite welcome.
So that was quite a fruitful conversation. We do have some European money in our inventory. Maybe we can buy a map with that.
I'd like to buy a map, please.
You have made a wise choice, monsieur. 20 euros, please.
There you go.
Thank you for your business. Enjoy the cemetery.
So now we have this map. Pretty cheap cloth, but now we have some cloth. So into the cemetery we go. Oh boy, how could this be? Some mysterious cloaked figure standing in the doorway to the open crypt.
Who are you?
That was creepy, yes. Don't know if we should investigate or just get out of here. Actually, this decision will determine what ending we get, but we're going to investigate. We're going to see who that was.
Okay, this is far enough. I don't know who you are, but I'm not getting any closer until you show yourself.
Oh, it's Alice.
Relax, Ben. It's just me.
Alice? Oh my god, you're alive? I thought they had...
No, they didn't. I'm okay. I'm glad to see you are too.
You sure sound excited.
How exactly were you able to find me? I thought I'd never see you.
Yeah, there's 5 endings actually.
It wasn't easy, but luckily I had help. When you and Simon were taken, I was able to escape without anyone seeing me. I managed to follow you to St. Peter's Basilica and was trying to find a way in. Luckily, your friend, Professor Jones, showed up. He told me he was going to take you out of the Basilica, so I went in with him. When we found Simon's body, he told me I should go into hiding. It took some convincing on his part, but I finally agreed, as long as he would keep me updated on where you were. I asked him to tell you he hadn't seen or heard from me, in case you asked.
What? But why?
Surprisingly, it's not a trap.
Yourself from stopping the Cardinal by trying to go out of your way to find me.
Just gotta scroll down the Skype thing again.
I knew when things blew over that I could contact you and we'd get back together.
Wow. I'm just glad I didn't freak out with your cloak and get out of the cemetery.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there's 5 endings, but we're only going to see 3 of them in this playthrough. So we can talk about the plan or about Simon.
You mentioned you found Simon's body?
Yep. I can't believe he's gone.
They killed him right in front of me.
Oh, Ben, I'm so sorry.
I feel really guilty about having left his body there, but there's nothing I could do.
Oh, you don't have to feel guilty, Ben. I called the police and Simon's parents and arranged for his body to be taken back to England.
And they didn't hold
That
you
was
up or
very
anything?
considerate of you.
It's the least I could do for our friend.
Oh dear. Kind of interested in how that talk went out.
Have you got any sort of plan with how to deal with Cardinal Genovese? Because, to be honest, I'm clueless.
Actually, I do. I was able to find out where he's gonna perform his ritual or ceremony or whatever it is.
That's fantastic. Where?
It's gonna be tonight at the top of the bell tower in Notre Dame Cathedral.
Oh, well, I guess I'm not surprised. It's not like he was going to do it in this hotel room.
What are you talking about?
Do you know how difficult it's going to be getting up there?
I know it's not gonna be easy. But we've gotten this far, I know you can do it.
Well, I'd love to hear any suggestions you might have regarding how.
My plan was to sneak into the church as a tourist, since most of the knights won't recognize me. But I don't think you'll be able to do that. Maybe you should ask Professor Jones? He might know of some other way to get in.
Yeah, he probably does. I just need to find him.
Well, maybe. Wouldn't be surprised if the art with all its evolution had some uncanny effects left over.
Okay, so I'll try and figure out a way into Notre Dame, and then meet you inside.
Yeah, say around 11 tonight.
Cutting it kinda close, aren't we?
The toughest part will be getting in, so I'm allotting most of the time for that.
Okay, I'll head back and see if I can locate Percy. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, before you go,
Oh boy.
good luck.
So, now that we've been left alone, let's lift this bone from the cemetery. Let's rob the dead. Apparently we're not disturbed by that anymore. There's nothing inside the coffin, and we don't want to take the cross, apparently, so let's get out of here. There's also a manhole here, but apparently nothing special about it. So now we have a plan. We need to get on top of the Notre Dame bell tower before midnight to beat the final boss and end this epic saga. So maybe Percy will be waiting for us at the hotel, because we do need to meet with Percy. Oh boy. Yep, he's right here.
Good day, Mr. Jordan. I trust all is going well.
Not really. I was able to find the final relic, but then I lost it. Or, more accurately, one of the Knights of St. Anthony tricked me into giving it to him.
That is unfortunate, but the knights can be rather cunning.
But on the bright side, I found Alice.
Ah, so she decided to make contact. Excellent.
Yeah, and she told me the Cardinal was having his ritual tonight at Notre Dame.
Yes, I was able to verify that as well.
I was hoping you might have some ideas on how to get in there.
I may. The path to Notre Dame will no doubt be heavily guarded tonight by the Knights of St. Anthony. A direct approach from street level would be most unwise. However, Paris has a massive system of sewers and catacombs beneath its streets. You may be able to use them to make your way to Notre Dame.
That's an idea, but how will I avoid getting lost down there?
The catacombs have been marked with signs and maps by urban explorers. You just need to find
Those
your way to Notre Dame.
masterminds.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Good luck, Mr. Jordan. I will see you tonight.
Well, it didn't crack, so I guess that was something. So we do have a plan of attack. Sort of. We need to go underground. So, here's the entrance to the catacombs. Apparently it's quite a popular tourist destination. Young man leaning against a wall, smoking a cigarette. Apparently that's very French. So let's talk to him.
Could I have a minute?
Oui.
About the catacombs.
What can you tell me about the catacombs?
That all depends on who is asking. What is your business exactly?
We're an urban explorer.
I'm an urban explorer.
Ah, a fellow seeker. Very good. What would you like to know?
How do I get into the catacombs?
So how can I get down into the catacombs?
There are many entrances throughout Perry. I can tell you where to look, as well as give you a few tools you'll need to get around, for a small fee.
How much are we
Totally.
talking?
Not too much. 50 euro?
I'll think about it.
Apparently 50 euro isn't too much.
So, Paris must be nice to live in, huh?
Oui, it has its moments. Too many tourists around for my taste, so.
Yep.
What are you doing out here?
I am keeping a lookout for any of my fellow explorers. If they need assistance, I will give it to them. But then, you found me. So you already knew that, didn't you?
Oh, of course.
Totally.
later.
Au revoir.
So we can buy some supplies of him, so let's do that.
Okay, here you go. I want to go into the catacombs.
Merci. Now you can find the catacombs by going down into the sewers. Take this. It will help you with any manhole covers you may find. And also, it can get dark down there. So have this.
Yep. Got a metal rod and a lighter.
Oh, and watch out for the cataflix.
What are those? Giant rats?
No, monsieur. They are special police who patrol the catacombs, looking for people who are there illegally. I suggest avoiding them if you can.
Thanks for the tip.
No problem. Good luck down there. Oh, and if anyone asks, we never had this conversation.
Yep. So we've been hooked up with a sewer key and a lighter. So it's time to get back out of here and find a manhole so we can get down to the catacombs. And as you might recall, there was a manhole inside the cemetery, just outside the crypt. So that will be our way in. Yep. So just shove that aside and go down into the sewers. It sure is dark over here. We can't see a thing, so we use our lighter. Actually, wait a minute. This might be a good point to save. And now we use our lighter. Yeah, it doesn't do that much good, does it? We need to find a better light source. And of course, what we're going to do for that is take this cloth map, wrap it around the bone, and light that on fire. How about it needs a little something extra, so we douse the cloth in motor oil, and now we can burn it. We got our crude torch. And that lights up the whole place, apparently. So we got a few things to look at now. Notre Dame, and underneath it says nooses. That's kind of interesting. The Eiffel Tower. Some scribbling in French. Crude map of the arrondissement of Paris. So, you might not immediately realize this, but no. And I don't think we have any indication of it, but nooses is an indication for where we have to go. Because the letter N in that stands for north, O stands for west, which means west, E stands for est, which is east, and S is south, sud, I think. So we went north, I think we need to go west now. North, west, west, south, south I said, east, south. And that leads us here. Got another. Yep. Bones nearby. There's something here. There's something about cataflix, apparently. Mefiez-vous le cataflic? There's some pebbles on the ground, so of course we will need some of those. And there's another drawing of Notre Dame here. It says "Nose soon." So let's get into the Ossuaire. Oh wait. It's all written in French, so we can't read it. So now that we're in the skull area, let's continue our journey. No soon translates into northwest, southeast. Southwest, west, north. That should be easy enough. Yeah, the catacombs. This is totally what they look like under Paris. And now we're here, and here is a cop. A cataflic. Might as well save here as well. He has a uniform and a mining hat, so clearly he's a policeman. There's a large column in the corner though. Some floodlights here. No torch. Nose. Some text scribbled, so how do we deal with this guy? Well, the way we do that is... oh dear. Okay, hang on a minute. The way we do that is take one of our pebbles, throw it over there, I think. I thought, but apparently not. Yep, just throw the pebbles and... actually, wait a minute. I'm going to reload that and... just so we can get caught and see what happens.
Arrête! You are not allowed down here. Come with me.
Yep. That's another game over. And now we're in jail. But we already saw how to deal with this guy. You just throw some pebbles down this doorway and... and wait for him to disappear. And now we go this way instead. And our new mnemonic device is no one sees. So this is quite the long trip we're gonna have to take. So it's N-O... O... N... E... South, east, east, south. Also notice how there's no music in this area. I guess the composer got tired, or somehow they thought this would be more atmospheric. And south, and that should bring us to our destination. Okay, we made it out of the catacombs. And presumably we are under Notre Dame now, so let's save again. Unuse the ladder. Also the music is back and... well, just listen. Apparently this is the most epic scene ever, according to the music. And now we're just... outside Notre Dame. We got another autosave. Max, that's what that guy is. Apparently he's seen us because he has googly eyes looking towards us. Yes, this is the guy who killed Simon, so we should get closer. Hey, guess
well,
we're here.
Ben Jordan, About time you showed up.
You're Max, aren't you? I remember you. You shot me and took me to the Vatican. Then you killed my friend.
When someone interferes with progress, that interference must be dealt with. You agree, don't you, Ben?
I just feel I've been watching a bad dream I can never wake up from.
I can wake you up right now.
What's your rush, Max? After all, this has been a long time coming.
Are you pleading for your life?
Oh, I will.
Hardly. Faking doesn't work with you guys, remember?
I'll try to.
Your friend got too close to disrupting the great task. That's why you had to die, Ben. And that's why you have to die.
Yep, time for us to die.
Look at you. Do you have any idea how pathetic you look right now?
So let's just taunt this guy.
Is that all you've got?
No, I've got much more than that. Let me show you.
It can be pushed the other way. So let me scroll this, I guess. Let's do that again.
Is that all you've got?
No.
So we can keep doing this for a while, I think. Let's do that one more time.
Is that all you've got?
No.
Sure is fun watching this guy get pushed around, but I don't think you can die from that, so let's fight.
I admire your resolve, Ben, but I'm afraid it's just not going to work.
So we get pushed around again. So let's just surrender, I guess.
You're right. I give up. Just go ahead and finish me off.
Disappointing. I figured you would have some more fight in you. Oh well.
Oh shit. So our neck is cracked now. Yep. Yeah, that's all he says. That's quite a great plan, so... Time to try that one more time. This time let's... yeah, gotta go closer. Let's go one level further in the dialogue tree. What you're supposed to do here is talk to him to reason.
Look at you.
There's no need for violence.
I beg to differ. You need to be dealt with. Cardinal's orders.
Oh boy. So now let's taunt him some more, I guess.
And you always follow orders blindly?
When they come from the Cardinal, yes. Loyalty is one of the requirements of being a Knight of St. Anthony. So if he says I have to kill you, then I have to kill you.
Oh boy.
I'm sure you understand.
Are you going to die already? No. Just push around some more. So we push back to the start of the dialogue tree. So let's call him an idiot.
I'm surprised an idiot like you can even follow orders.
Watch your tongue, boy, or I might do something you'll regret.
If you manage to do anything besides pick your nose and look like a gorilla, I'll be impressed.
Why you?
So insulting him like that made him kill us again. It's another death option. So let's try the other dialogue option and then move on to the next part of the tree.
Well,
blah 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 blah.
Look at you.
It's reason. You have a wife and kids, I'm sure.
Come on, I have a wife and 2 kids at home.
Oh,
a likely story.
We have a wife and kids. So that didn't do much. So let's go with the right option this time.
Haven't you ever stopped to realize that Genovese isn't right in the head?
What do you mean?
Think about it. What normal person goes around the world causing death and destruction just to find relics? Seems to me like he's put you all on a wild goose chase.
I admit, I've had my doubts about the great task lately, but if I were to take your opinion into consideration, what do you suggest I do?
Well, obviously you killed Genovese.
I think you should kill Genovese before he causes any more trouble.
I must say, you're quite clever trying to trick me, but I'm afraid it won't work.
So that was the death option again. Let's go through the other options before we finally claim our victory.
Look at you.
There's no... What if you take
What if you take over the knights?
You could usurp Genovese and become the new leader of the Knights of St. Anthony. Lead them to a noble cause, do some good for a change.
Idealistic thinking, but I know my place. I enjoy being an enforcer. Speaking of which, it's about time I did my job.
Yep. 1,000 ways to insult a guy and get killed for it. Apparently all the options, other than the other one, in that in that final tree is the unless you pick the right option in that final phase, you will get killed. Yep, go to hell.
I suggest you go to hell.
I should have expected that sort of snide remark from you. I think it's time I silenced that sarcastic tongue of yours.
Yep. So now that we've gone through that death over and over again, let's do the right thing this time.
Well,
just
I can watch you hop.
Yeah, we've heard all this before.
Look at you.
Reason the Cardinal is insane. Okay, just walk away from everything.
Leave this all behind. Just walk away. I'm sure you've got better things to do with your life than attend to the whims of a crazy old man.
You know, you're right. I've served Genovese far too many years, and I've seen no result.
Suddenly he agrees.
Why waste time any longer on this nonsense? I'm leaving now. Good luck stopping Genovese. Oh, and don't even think about following me.
So he just walks away. He killed our friend and we're just gonna let him walk away. That's great. So let's get inside.
Ben, over here.
Somehow they're already inside.
What took you so long? It's almost midnight.
A few unexpected complications. Everything's okay now.
You're bleeding. Are you alright?
Yeah, like I said.
Oops.
Where's Genovese?
He's up the bell tower. The one closed off to the public. The stairs are over there.
Well, at least I'm getting in my cardio for the day.
Come on, I'll help you up.
No, you stay here.
What? I'm not gonna let you go up there alone like that.
It's okay. I've dealt with most of the Knights of St. Anthony. An old man in a dress shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, but I'm coming up if I hear anything.
Deal. Now where'd you say the stairs were again?
Right over there.
You can see them, Ben. Can we talk to either of these two people?
We have no time to waste with conversation now, Mr. Jordan.
Apparently not.
We don't have time to talk right now, Ben.
Fine. I'm going up to the final boss, I guess. And here's a Cardinal with all the relics.
You're a difficult man to find, Cardinal.
And you are a difficult man to kill, Mr. Jordan. Normally, I would be angered that you breached my sanctuary. But you've arrived so close to midnight, it hardly matters. In fact, it rather pleases me that you will be here to witness the dawn of a new era. One I have worked so hard to bring about.
So the voice acting for this guy is actually pretty decent, all things considered. So let's do the reasoning treatment with him again, I suppose.
Why are you doing this?
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Why are you doing this?
I would have thought it was rather obvious. Think about the world's greatest conflicts. The Crusades, the Second World War, the unrest in the Middle East. What do all these have in common? At their core, the cause was religious difference. Now, what if this conflict could be prevented? What if I could unite mankind under one faith, so that there would at last be tolerance and peace?
You really think you can do that by taking all these relics?
By collecting these artifacts and combining them here, tonight, at the stroke of midnight, I will succeed in uniting humanity and ushering in a new world order. One of peace and tolerance. Tell me, Mr. Jordan, is that really such an evil wish?
Said not Hitler.
Does that make me the villain?
Well...
And you, who are here to stop me, to put an end to my plans, what does that make you, I wonder?
Well, you know, I'm not entirely sure if Hitler was that crazy about Jesus, but I suppose it would be considered religion if you are really liberal about the definition of religion. So...
This new era of yours, was it worth killing so many people for?
I don't believe I follow you.
Simon Booth, Percival Quentin Jones, Alessandro Renzi, Thomas Ryan. Do you want me to keep going?
Those are but a few unfortunate casualties.
Yeah? Then what about the villagers in Greece, or the businessmen in Japan, or the rangers in the Everglades? You've got a lot of blood in your hands, Genovese. So, is your little fantasy really worth it?
I admit my plan can be considered by some to be radical, and society does not adapt well to radical ideas. However, I assure you that my intentions are noble. If a few people must die so that the world may live in peace, then so be it.
I wonder if you'd have that same attitude if it was your friend that had been murdered.
And I wonder if you would have the same attitude if it had been your younger sister who had committed suicide. Above all else, I am doing this for her, so that innocent children will no longer be forced into adulthood after witnessing the atrocities of war, so that families and lives will no longer be torn apart because they are the so-called wrong religion, so that humanity can finally be at peace with itself. For this goal, I very much do believe that the ends justify the means.
So that was a pretty powerful delivery, I suppose. What happened to the other guy? The not Voldemort guy? Well, he had that thing where Arthur, who was Ben's grandfather, stabbed him. But then he pretty much disappeared until case 3, when Ben killed him for real, actually. He doesn't come back after that. So I guess Ben actually killed him then. It's the explanation they sort of give, because he doesn't show up anywhere else. So about the future.
What do you expect to accomplish from all this?
At the stroke of midnight, the energy of these relics will surge and transfer itself into me. I shall then emerge as a being with absolute power over all religions.
A god?
In a manner of speaking. I shall be the Earth's representative of all deities, the symbol of unity among all belief systems. No longer will people fight or argue over which religion is best. They will have only one choice.
And what about those people who don't want to follow you?
I can hardly imagine anyone who would not. But if I am met with resistance, then those people must be eliminated.
So you're saying you're perfectly willing to commit genocide if you're not universally accepted? How does that make you any different than all the religious conflicts you're trying to prevent?
The difference is nobody will oppose me. Why would they? I offer nothing but positive benefits.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Now, enough talk. Time is short. It's almost midnight.
I'm not gonna let you do this, Genovese.
What are you going to do? Kill me? Push me out the window, perhaps? You haven't got it in you.
You don't know that. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Hell, even I don't know what I'm capable of anymore.
Your empty threats mean nothing to me.
Just a second for the update.
Just accept that you cannot stop me, and embrace the forthcoming change.
I may not be able to stop you right now, but you can bet that I won't just sit and watch you take over. I'll fight you as long as I can. I'll do all I can to save the world from you.
Save the world? From me? When will you finally understand, Mr. Jordan? It was never your destiny to save the world! It's mine.
Oh shit. Here it comes.
Is something supposed to be happening?
I don't understand. I don't understand. I've gathered all the relics. It's the eve of the new year. Why has nothing happened? Oh, God. Antonia. I failed you. How could I have been led astray? All those years. Wasted.
What are you talking about? Who led you astray? Where did you get this idea in the first place?
It was a dream I had as a young man. The heavens spoke to me and told me about the great task. How I was to collect the relics and gain their power. I spent years tracking them down. Years building a group of followers. Years believing this plan would work.
Unquestioning belief can be a dangerous thing, Cardinal. It's gotten me into more trouble than I care to admit, and look what it's made you do. You've caused the deaths of dozens of people, stolen priceless artifacts, and for what? What have you accomplished?
Enough! I don't want to hear anymore. I don't even want to live anymore! Go on. Do what you came here to do.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Kill me!
Are you serious?
Yes! Life is no longer worth living. Just put me out of my misery.
So we get a choice here. We can either kill him or walk away. Seems pretty surprised that we made it up here in time, but... yeah, we can have a look at the fireworks, or the relics. We can try taking the relics, but we don't want them, so I think we're just going to walk away.
Wait, where are you going?
Back downstairs. I'm done with all this.
Fine. Turn your back on the pathetic old man.
Oh shit.
I just wanted to do what was right.
No! Damn.
Damn. Well, that was different.
Ben, what happened up there?
Nothing happened. It was all in his head. Genovese thought the relics would give him power, but they were just objects.
Oh dear. All that trouble he caused.
Anyway, he won't bother anybody anymore.
You killed him?
No, he killed himself. Jumped off the top of the tower.
Oh, Ben.
It's okay. I'm just glad this is all over. Let's get out of here before the cops show up and start asking questions.
Don't worry about the police, Mr. Jordan. I'll take care of dealing with them.
What's going to happen with you now that there's no more Knights of St. Anthony?
An excellent question. I'm not sure exactly what will happen next, but I'm going to try and make the most of whatever time I have left here.
Thanks, Professor Jones. Percy, for all your help.
It was my pleasure, Ben.
Well...
you would have made your grandfather proud. Well, no sense in dawdling about here. You and Miss Wilkins should go celebrate. It is the new year, after all. Goodbye to the both of you. It's certainly been an eventful few months.
Well...
shall we?
So that was one of the endings, one of 5 endings. And now we get a what happened later sort of recap. Okay, hang on a minute. Yep, that's what we're gonna do next, and then comes the big surprise. Otto Schneider returned, and he spent the rest of his time with Madame Tilly. Moved back to Germany, and after a while he stopped being a paranormal investigator and became a gourmet chef, apparently. That's odd. Madame Tilly continued doing what she did. But she fell down the stairs during a performance and died. That's a cheery ending. Apparently, her ashes were used to make his self-portrait, which was mailed to James Randi, whoever that is. And apparently we're gonna get the story about Simon too, even though he's already dead. He was well remembered, and that's it. Alice stayed with Ben. And then she moved in with him in Philadelphia. And the rest is... Oh yeah, Percival decided to spend the rest of his life on Earth visiting places. But eventually he left the world again to reunite with his old friend Arthur. And Arthur Simon Jordan was born to Alice and Ben on November 2008. And apparently he took after Ben and Alice. But Ben doesn't want him to do the same thing as him, apparently. Okay, hang on a sec. And as for Ben, he quit paranormal investigating, apparently. No idea what he did next, but apparently he had a kid, yeah. But he wrote a book about his experiences, it looks like. Apparently he did quite a lot, yeah. He quit, but then he wrote a book. Apparently that supplied him with money for the rest of his life. Man, I wish I could, like, travel the world for 2 years and then write a book and have to do no other work in my life. So, that was the game. That was one of 5 endings, as I said. There's not that much variety in the endings, but we will get to see the others after we look at the credits. Or 2 of the others, rather, because there are 2 others that I'm not doing because they would require replaying a large portion of the game. And I don't think I'm going to do that right now. Yep. Percival Quentin Jones was Chris Jones, who made the engine that these games were made in, as I've mentioned multiple times before. The Cardinal was Philip Sacramento. That guy was probably the best voice actor in this too. Don't really recognize any of the other names though. Nope, not really. Apparently they did get some actual Eastern Europeans to voice the Romanians. Yeah, the obnoxious bar guy was Anthony Carboni playing himself. The strange woman selling the Kid magazine was Francisco Gonzalez, who made the games, and Sorin Trellis was Edwin Tiong, aka Dan McNeely. Apparently Francisco Gonzalez voiced a bunch of the minor characters. And one of the priests was voiced by Peter Gresser, who made the soundtrack for the game. And I suppose that brings us to the end of the credits. Yeah, I'm going to do that, but just gotta wait for this to end. So here are the special thanks. Okay, wait just a second, gotta update this. Yep, that ends the series. That was the last game, and it closes itself, of course, even though I want to show other stuff in it. So I'm going to open it up again, so I can load the thing again. Speaking of the skunk ape, we might as well watch this intro again, since I don't think all of the people that are here were around for it. I gotta sit through this quote, and then we watch this epic intro which recaps the series so far.
About how I got into this mess?
After this little voiceover.
Ended up half a world away, unconscious in the backseat of a car belonging to a guy he thought he could trust, but turned out to be his worst enemy? Well, I'll tell you.
Well, yep, there's the skunk ape. There's your skunk ape tribute, I suppose. Your retrospective. There's the guy stealing the relic. There's the old prospector with the dowsing rod for booze. There's this guy again. There's Percy and the witch guy in case 3, as well as Ben getting tied up. And the death of this girl, which was never talked about after case 5 or 6, I forget which. The seance, that scene I'm sure everyone enjoyed. The Master Spook, the zombie. The underwater swimming scene in the Aegean Sea, I think. The evil creature from the Black Lagoon type thing. And this guy, which looks kind of creepy in that picture, but you know, he was in the 7th game, so that's part of that recap. And this picture which closed the penultimate game. And now we're back at the title screen. If we can only make this load faster. So let's load right at the end. Oh shit, we didn't save after beating Max, I think, so we're going to have to do this again. So we can witness the alternate ending. Just gonna skip past all this.
Look.
Just sort of breeze through this. Get the last point. And not even gonna bother saving this time because I don't think I'm gonna again. Yeah, skip all the dialogue. Listen to those people trying to whisper to each other and go up to the final confrontation. And we're gonna skip this too because we've already had it. And it does go on for quite some time. I don't think you can try to follow him. It just doesn't let you leave the screen.
What do you... So how does...
So, time for this scene again. So... Yeah, they... Oh, I hadn't seen that actually. I didn't realize it... Oh, Mike's in the other chat too. Hadn't seen that. Apparently there are some people here still in the Twitch thing. Yeah, they did remake the first and second game. We played those back to back with the original versions. I think we'll go back to the Twitch chat after this is over too. Because it should be less broken now, hopefully.
Oh god.
So this time we're going to kill him. We're going to push him off the tower.
You were wrong, Cardinal. I do have it in me.
Thank you, my child.
Yep, there he goes. Goes limp like a rag, and we just get down.
What happened up there?
It's over. I made sure Genovese won't bother anyone else ever again.
You killed him?
He was a bad guy. He deserved to die.
He may have caused innocent people to die, but that doesn't give you the right to kill him. He was an old man, Ben. It's not like he was much of a threat.
But I thought...
What kind of person just kills an old man like that?
And now Alice hates us.
I'm sorry, Ben, but I don't think I can be around you right now.
Alice, wait!
Here she just walks away. She doesn't want to be with us.
I can't believe she'd just leave me after all of this.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Jordan, but perhaps things between you two will resolve themselves later.
So what happens now?
I'm not sure. I suggest you go back to your hotel before the police arrive. I'll stay here and deal with them.
What's going to happen with you now that there's no more Knights of St. Anthony?
An excellent question.
Well, I think this is the same, so...
I'd better go see if I can find Alice.
Yep. So that was another ending. That was ending 2 of 5. And now we're gonna get the recap again, I think, but this time things are gonna be different because Ben and Alice aren't together. This guy made the same thing. She did the same thing. So did Simon, I think. Oh wait. No, Simon saw what happened and then appeared to him, but Ben didn't want to talk to him apparently. So Simon moved on and left Ben to be miserable. Yep, Alice just cut all ties with Ben. Apparently she went back into hiding. Because she didn't want to be with someone who had killed someone else, even though I'm pretty sure Ben killed a bunch of people before he killed the Cardinal. He killed the guys that were following him in the car by making it veer off the road. He killed that witch guy. He killed all the witches in the 3rd game. He killed all those people. And he killed Yamamoto in the 5th game. Yep, by making the thing explode behind him. So yeah, Ben isn't exactly have clean hands when it comes to murdering people. I don't know what made her change her mind there, but you know, that's the kind of storytelling that this series has. But anyway. Oh yeah. I think this is actually referencing a fan film that was made about the Ben Jordan games called Le Chateau Macabre. We might watch that at some point. Yep. Ben was incredibly depressed because he had killed so many people he didn't know what to do with his life. So he went on drinking, and yeah, he went to a chateau. That's another reference to the fan film. And apparently he did a few more cases in this timeline, so it's kind of makes sense. He quit paranormal investigating, but he lapsed into alcoholism back home. But he had good memories of his career. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're not gonna watch the credits again though. Oh, and now the credits have somber music, so I just close this to skip the credits. And I'm gonna open up the thing one more time because there's one more ending we can see. Technically there's another 3 endings we haven't seen. Oops. But we're only going to see one of them because the other 2 involve, well, I'll show you when and if the game loads. Yeah, here we are. You might recall, come on. Oops, this part of the game. In this part, we saw the figure, the cloaked figure in the cemetery, who turned out to be Alice. And we're given the choice to either follow her, which we did, or walk away. Yep, the secret ending. We're going to see that next. So if we walk away and try to meet her again, it doesn't work, so in this timeline, I suppose, we don't get to meet Alice until after the end. Because she doesn't appear here. So, you know, you just have to walk away in that part and then just beat the rest of the game normally. And the ending is different because Alice only shows up after the end, just before the credits. But what we're going to do now is look at this secret ending, which I'm sure everyone will like. I think we're supposed to teleport to this save. I think this is it. We need to go back into the tunnels, but might as well show the clues for it before I do that. If you recall these carvings in Romania way back at the start of the game, there is a dog face carving. It's a dog face, it says number 2, and it says SENO. And you might also recall that we did get that dog key from the drain here, using the hook. We got the dog key. We only have one chance to get that key, and that's right at the start of the first day that you spend in France, after sleeping at the hotel. So if we teleport to the second part of the catacombs, the second section, yep, I think you might hope we follow the route that was indicated to us, which is SENO, that's south, east, north, and west, which feels like a circle, but instead of being a circle, hello, Ben, could you please go through? It leads us to this place. There's a sign with a dog's face drawn on it, some pipes, a red door, but if we try to open the door, it's locked. So we use our dog key and unlock the door and go inside.
You? So all of this was your work?
Yep, it was like that dog ending. And we get a different rendition of the dog music. I'm sure everyone enjoyed that. So I suppose we'll sit through the credits one more time just so we can listen to this wonderful theme. Just gonna take a quick break from that, yeah. Yeah, that's the Silent Hill 2 legacy for you. So I suppose I should mention that this is indeed the last game in the series. So that brings my playthrough of all the Ben Jordan games to a close with that wonderful, wonderful ending. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that that thing Spiffy just posted was... Okay, wait a minute. I noticed some people are saying some stuff in the Twitch chat too. Yeah, Ira and Tola are watching on Twitch, so... Apparently they witnessed that wonderful scene as well. But hey, Harder's still here. Gonna sit through all this, just gonna wait for the game to close itself again. Which should happen in only a few moments. And the game does not close itself. I think it might have frozen this time. But that was the last game in the Ben Jordan series. That brings my playthrough of those games to a close. Yep. I don't know what I'll be doing next time I stream just yet. I do have some more adventure games in store, but I think I'm gonna take a break from adventure games for the time being. Oh, yeah, the thing froze this time.